um, let's see. Mic check, mic check. Let's go to my YouTube and see if this is working. All right, there we go. Look for shit could be anywhere. Yeah, whatever. We'll look for it later. All right. Hello, everybody. Um, welcome to. Hold on, let me set this up real quick. All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week. It's week 5, but welcome to week 1 of my college football pregame uh show. I guess. This is more just for me. I catch myself talking to myself all the time about college football, so I was like, might as well just put some purpose into it. I'll just be in my car talking about it to myself. I'll just be sitting at my house on my couch talking about it. And I was like, let's just put some purpose into it. Let's might as well go live. I got 22 games that I'm gonna cover. I hope to be done in around an hour and a half. So without further ado, I don't know. This is just gonna be me picking the winners, me basically saying who I would bet on. I would like to say I'm a pretty knowledgeable source. I like to think I have a pretty deep bag when it comes to college football. Um, but we're gonna find out. I think I'm gonna keep tabs on like how what my record is on predicting games. So yeah, without further ado, I got 22 games on the slate today. I don't really have a set number on how many I'm gonna do, but just kind of pick out like the best ones. It's a stacked slate uh today. So yeah, yeah, basically just gonna pick the winners. I'm gonna throw in some locks in there, some things I would bet if I were you that I think are have a very good chance of winning. Uh maybe throwing a parlay. Maybe throwing a parlay that will cook up at the end. But yeah, that's basically it. Um let's get into it. So USC versus Illinois. Um let's just pull up. let's just pull up. Is there any way I can hold on one second. Sorry. Um, I want to pull up the games while I'm here. So let me go to ESPN real quick. ESPN. Drag them over here. Home. All right. So I mean, as we know, Florida State lost to Virginia. I mean, I should have did this earlier because that was such a free bet. I mean, Virginia's spread was literally free. Florida State's not a top 10 ranked football team by any means. But I mean, they played good against Bama, so I guess they maybe earned it somewhat. Um, so USC versus Illinois. Um, I'm looking at it right now. Let me go back to the format, the spread or the spreadsheet. Um, I personally am taking USC here. I don't think Illinois. We really don't know how good USC is. They've played almost nobody. Illinois was ranked number 8, and they got the absolute shit kicked out of them. I don't know how they were number 8. I don't think they are a number. I don't think they're a top 25 team in the nation by any means. I mean, maybe right now. By the end of the year, I'm sure they'll be good. I'm sure they'll be fine. 8-5, maybe 9-4. But like at the end of the day, like I mean, Luke Altmaier, solid college football quarterback. He's going to be playing alongside Curtis Warwick in the CFL and next year. But I just don't think Illinois is a top 25 team. I think putting them at 9 or 8 or wherever they were last week, they played a good Indiana team and they lost by literally 50. Brutal. Now you say they're back at home, they could play them tough, maybe. I'm not willing to take that chance. I don't think Illinois is that good. I don't like I said, I don't think they're a top 25 team. Personally, they could be a top 35 team, maybe top 40, but there's no way in hell that I'm just not ready to take them over USC. I think Jane Mayava has looked good. He looked decent last year. I think he's the better quarterback. I think USC has the better offense. I like Illinois' senior group of offensive linemen, but I don't know. I'm not ready to take them over USC yet. If they beat USC, then maybe when they play another decent team, I'll be ready to put a little bit more confidence in them and just say Indiana was a fluke. But no way, I'm taking USC. So we can just put that on the first game of the board. The spread's 1.5. Or no, it's not. Sorry, it's 6.5. I wouldn't take it. This could be a close game. I just think USC wins. I wouldn't touch the spread. I think it's too risky. Illinois could win. I'm just not willing to give it to them. So, um, let's see if I can hear myself on this real quick. I need a new mic. Yeah, I need a better mic for sure. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Next game we have on the agenda is Notre Dame and Arkansas. Listen, the SEC is loaded. Arkansas is going to say there were six, like on paper, there would be a 7-6, 8-5 team. All right, SEC is just brutal. I think Arkansas has a really tough schedule. Taylor Green is a baller for Arkansas. He's like 6'6", can throw, can run. He's a really good quarterback for Arkansas. He just plays for Arkansas. It's tough. Like I said, Arkansas is a good football team. The SEC is loaded this year. SEC is the premier conference in the in college football landscape. Again, there's kind of a little bit of a controversy if they kind of got taken over last year. I think it's bullshit. I think easily SEC is the best conference in football now. CJ Carr, I think he's a little bit better than people give him credit for. Sorry, I got crazy congestion this morning. I think Taylor Green is a much better quarterback than CJ Carr. Oh man, this is a tough game. Listen, I wouldn't. This is tough. I'm gonna take Notre Dame. because of how they played Texas A&M. They should have beat Texas A&M. They lost on a fourth and goal, just kind of third and goal or fourth and goal, just throw it up. They lost because Tyler Buckner, who's been on in the college football landscape, not just college football, but college forever. He was playing lacrosse 2 years ago. He somehow makes his way onto a Power Five college football roster every year, even if he goes and plays lacrosse for a year. He was the placeholder. He fumbled the hold. They showed him for the past like 10 minutes, like when the next drive happened, in that neon green pullover or whatever the hell they gave him, so the camera crew can mark him out as easy as possible. I think Notre Dame should have won that game. They didn't. I think they're a lot better team than people are giving them credit for. I think CJ Carr is a decent quarterback. The stats maybe don't show it, but I think he'll get better, and I think he'll be pretty decent. Um, I just think they're a better team than Arkansas. Like I said, Arkansas is a good football team. If someone told me they're taking Arkansas to win, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. If you said you're taking Arkansas spread, I don't hate it at all. There's a chance that Notre Dame runs away with this game. Maybe. But it's also at Arkansas. That place is going to be rowdy, especially against Notre Dame. That place is going to be blistering. I would maybe take Arkansas spread. Or yes, Arkansas spread. They're 4.5. That's a field goal away. A Notre Dame game-winning field goal. Notre Dame could also score a touchdown at the end of the game and win by 7. So I'm going to take Notre Dame. I just think they're the better football team. I think CJ Carr played at what Kyle Field, or were they at home? They're at Kyle. Wait, I'm sorry. Did they play? No, they were away. They played at Miami in the home opener, and they played Texas A&M in week 2. Yeah, they played at Texas A&M. All right, yeah. So Kyle Field's one of the best. I mean, one of the craziest stadiums in the country. I'm not really scared that he's gonna have trouble. They're gonna have trouble. So give me Notre Dame. That's another like easy pick. I know I'm not like I'm just playing safe here. That's absolutely what I'm doing. Um, that's fine. Call me crazy. I would take Arkansas spread. I think it could be a close game. I think Arkansas is a very good football team with a very, very good, talented quarterback. I just don't think they're overall better than Notre Dame's whole team. Rutgers, Minnesota. Minnesota lost a heartbreaker to Cal, or no, not a heartbreaker, but they lost to California. Minnesota's team is just there. They have what's the kid's name? Drake Lindsay. Is that his name? That's his name. Drake Lindsay. I don't even need to look this up. Um, sorry, I need to go look at this real quick. It's not giving me a fucking Minnesota quarterback. Why, dude? Just give it to me. Roster. Yes, Drake Lindsay. I was right. Okay. Yeah, Drake Lindsay's like a freshman or redshirt freshman or sophomore. Um, I don't really know where he stands. I still am taking Minnesota. I know I'm taking all the favorites, but that's just because how confident I am for them to win. They just lost to California. Was that week? I can't remember if that was week 3 or 4. I think that was week 3. Ethan Kalimakis has been the quarterback for Rutgers for God knows how long. Um, yeah, I mean he's not good. He was at where was he at before? Minnesota. He was at Minnesota. Rutgers quarterback was at Minnesota. Give me Minnesota for sure, and it's at Minnesota. I just don't know enough about Rutgers. I don't think their quarterback's very good. I don't. He's kind of just barely. Wait, am I missing a game? Oh my gosh, I'm missing a game. Wait, can I hit? Wait. Um, it's fine. I'll just skip it. I'm missing Duke Syracuse. Steven Gilly got hurt, so I'm gonna go Duke. But dang, I can't remember. I must have deleted that. Rutgers, Minnesota. Give me Minnesota. I don't like Rutgers quarterback. I feel like he's been kind of just like dragging his like foot like around college football for too long. I don't think he's very good. I just think Minnesota is the overall better team. Louisville, Pitt. This is a fun one. So Pitt, I just think Eli Holstein. I think we kind of gotta come to a conclusion if he's good or not. Last year he was decent, and then he got hurt, and he didn't look great the games before he got hurt. He's He shows flashes. He's just too inconsistent. He misses too many open throws. His mechanics aren't great. He's like 6'4". He's athletic. He's just his poor decision making. But past all that, he has accuracy issues. He misses too many wide open dudes. I mean, West Virginia, he had like legitimate 3 touchdowns. They lost in overtime to a horrible West Virginia team. They completely just threw that game away. Now you could just be like, that's a trap game. That doesn't really matter. Like West Virginia was going to play in the national championship game in 2007, and then lost to Pitt, who was like 4-7. Had Pat Bostic at quarterback, maybe the worst quarterback to ever put on a Pitt uniform. But like, you could be like, that means nothing. Like, oh yeah, Pitt plays hard. Fuck that. I think Louisville wins by a decent bit. I think Narduzzi's time is coming to a close. I think Eli Holstein is decent. I don't think he's that good. I personally, I mean, even last year, like we saw him against Cincinnati miss so many throws, like in the first half, and it was just so many easy throws. And this was like the third game of the year. We kind of gave him the whole year. We were 6-7-0 against Syracuse. The last win we had, he wasn't great. He just, I don't know. He kind of in California. Sorry, he wasn't great in California either. The win before that, and then they go to play SMU. They get killed. Right? They were 7-0. They get killed. I think he played 1, 2, 3 more games, and then he got hurt. But in those games, he didn't look very good. He comes back this year. He plays like Central Michigan and Duquesne. Sure, whatever. You go and play West Virginia, your first real team. By the way, this West Virginia team is terrible. The next week they went and played Kansas and lost by 200. You know, so like again, that could be a trap game. Sure, I don't think Eli Holstein. I think we finally have to come to a conclusion about him, and I'm just gonna say it. I loved Eli Holstein. He came to my high school and talked. There's just a big accuracy problem, and it's just hard to just turn your head. It is, and it's killing games. But there's no one back there because Julian Duggar, the 4-star quarterback from Penn Hills, who committed to Pitt and played in that bowl game, and who, as a true freshman, and played pretty damn good, now transferred to Washington State. So you don't have a backup quarterback to kind of threaten to put in. You have that Gonzalez kid who came in last week against West Virginia, or sorry, 2 weeks ago against West Virginia, and shit his pants when they let him throw the ball. I think he threw the ball 10 yards over the guy's head. It was like a pitch or something, or a screen, something. It was brutal. So they don't have a backup quarterback that you could like threaten to put in. So it's just gonna be Holstein this year, and it's really gonna show like, is that guy, like, is he this guy? And this game is this game. Like, you can't go 7-6 and they get called like a good quarterback. You just can't. Like Pitt, Desmond Reed, we don't even know if he's playing this week. He's probably going to be limited. Louisville and against Pitt, like when they played West Virginia, their backup running back had like 150 yards and 3 touchdowns against them. Not even their starting running back. Louisville has one of the best running backs in the country in Isaac Brown. I like Miller Moss. Again, I don't know how great he's really been this year. I just think Louisville wins this game at Pitt. I think this is free. Like, this is a free bet. I think this is easily Louisville. And honestly, you want a really good lock? I'm taking, and the spread is low. The spread isn't good at all. The spread is Louisville minus 3.5. I personally, usually if I see a spread like that at 3.5, I take it down to 2.5. So a game-winning field goal wins you the game. Fuck that. Take it upright. Take it. I'm telling you, you will win money. Take this at 3.5. Take Louisville 3.5. Final. I'm just gonna put this in just to make sure. Louisville 3.5. Take it. Boom. That is a good bet. 3.5. If Pitt somehow wins, props. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I just don't. They're coming off a bye week as well. I personally don't think that did anything. I don't think Narduzzi typically prepares his players that great. I'm taking Louisville. And I'm not only am I taking Louisville, I'm taking the spread. 3.5 games for Louisville is brutal. I'd give them 7.5 points. Moving on. Moving on. Um, to Cincy versus Kansas. Kansas. Kansas is a good football team. They just, I mean, I don't think, I don't think. Let's go back. Can we go back to this Louisville game now that I'm just thinking about it? Lock of the week. That's my lock of the week. Louisville minus 3.5. If it doesn't cover, fuck me. Kansas State versus UCF. I cannot put into words how bad Kansas State has been. They lost to. Well, okay. Before we get into that loss, they go to Dublin, Ireland, which I think is just dumb. Quit sending our boys to fucking international countries. There's no point. Like, I know you're trying to like grow the football landscape, dude. Who cares? It's America's sport. Keep them in America. You send them down there. Whoever loses that game is all fucked up for the rest of the year. You saw it. They played Florida State, who was absolutely terrible last year. They played Georgia Tech pretty damn close. They probably could have won. After that, they won what, 2 games? It's looking, and then Kansas State, they come out of there. They almost lose to North Dakota. Not like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, those really good. North Dakota. They almost lose to North Dakota. The green, not the green and yellow, just the green and white. Almost lost to North Dakota. Then they lose to Army. They lost to Army. Kansas State lost to Army. Kids who are getting power 5 quarterback. Avery Johnson's a 4-star quarterback. They lost to Army. Army. Dude, Army is mud. Army lost to Tarleton State. Army lost to, I'll say it again. Army lost to Tarleton State the week prior. And then came in, and I think they came into Kansas State and beat them. I'm not sure, but I know that Army did win. UCF is 3-0. Scott Frost at the helm. People are going to see Kansas State and say, Kansas State minus 5.5, UCF plus 5.5 is free. That's going to be the average bettor. And it's going to be like, yeah, that's free. Kansas State is awful, which they are. But at the end of the day, they're still a Power 5 football team. Listen, I think Kansas State goes like 4-8 this year, 5-7. You're looking at it right now. You look, it's just the average box score watcher. They see UCF 3-0. Kansas State 1-3. They lost to Army, which again is nuts. By the way, that's not blows out of proportion. Nuts, crazy. You see, the average person sees UCF 3-0. Who has UCF played this year? I don't really. This doesn't change my opinion. I'm just kind of curious. Okay. All right. They played Jacksonville State week 1 and won 17-10. Then they played North Carolina School of Mind and won 68-7. And then they played North Carolina last week and won 34-9. So again, people will see that. They'll look that up. will be, oh, they beat Bill Belichick's UNC. We don't need, I don't, whatever. Throw UNC. I'll never pick a UNC. Get them the fuck out. They'll see that and be like, they're 3-0. They just beat North Carolina. Kansas State's 1-3. They lost to Army. UCF spread, easy money. Or UCF money line, easy money. I just think Kansas rallies back. Kansas State rallies back. I think Avery Johnson does enough to win. I don't think UCF is particularly bad. I just think Kansas State wins this game. Kansas State is home. Now, if Kansas State doesn't win this game, fucking crumble up the season, throw it out the window. Thought just light it on fire. No, honestly, it should have been lit. They should have lit the campus on fire after they lost to Army. An Army team that lost to Tarleton State the week before. Dude, you're getting 4 stars. 3 and 4 stars. Army is just handpicking dudes. Okay, sorry. Kansas State. Give me Kansas State. Honestly, I'd take Kansas State spread. I think Kansas State wins by at least a touchdown. I do. I just think Kansas State wins. I think it's a sucker bet. I think the average person will pick UCF to win just because of their record, and they beat fucking North Carolina. It's like, dude, who cares? But whatever. So yeah, give me Kansas State. Bowling Green and Ohio. Give me Ohio. I think, Parker Navarro's a baller. He beat West Virginia. You know who couldn't beat West Virginia? Like, this is just embarrassing. Ohio lost to like Ohio State, who I'll give them it. They played Ohio State pretty damn well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Who else did they lose to? They played Ohio State pretty damn well. No, not. I type in Ohio football and it gives me Ohio State, Ohio Bobcats football. Gardner, who'd they lose to? They beat West Virginia. They beat they beat Ohio. Who'd they lose to? Rutgers. 5-3. Oh, maybe Rutgers is these. No, Rutgers is ass. Rutgers could win. Still, I'm taking Minnesota. Just because I don't like Rutgers quarterback. Yeah, Ohio's a good football team. Yeah, Parker Navarro's a baller. They have a good defense led by DJ Walker and friends, who's only redshirt sophomore, I want to say. So, yeah, Ohio's a good football team. I mean, for them only being in the MAC, I think they beat Bowling Green pretty handedly. If they don't, I'm wrong. Whatever. Give me Ohio all the way. I just think Ohio's a very good MAC football team. I think they win the MAC championship this year. Give me Ohio. Vandy and Utah State. I won't stretch this game out. Just give me Vandy. I mean, what are we doing? Bryson Barnes is the quarterback for Utah State. I think he played at Utah. Was he the one who threw that touchdown pass on like the first play of the game against Florida in the college football opener? Maybe. Why? Is he sick or something? Oh, I don't know. I could like ask him. Grape Fanta, right? I think Grape Fanta is a pretty safe pick. All right. Um. All right. Sorry, that was my mother. I do live in my parents' basement. That's back on topic. Vandy, Utah State. Vandy. What are we doing? I don't even know how this game made the list. Vandy by 1 million points. Honestly, if you want to take Utah State spread, no, don't. No, I'm not. No, don't. All right. This is where shit starts getting interesting. We enter the 3:30 slate. Holy cow, I'm having trouble breathing. This is where shit starts getting fun. You get into Ohio State and Washington, and man, this is one I really want to cover because wait, hold on. Well, hold on. Okay, let me go check my phone real quick because it's saying that Ohio State versus Washington spread is 8.5. But I was talking to my coworker about this earlier in the week, and I'm pretty sure the spread started at 3.5. So I'm no, I don't even need. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look. 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 Bubba. Oh no, sorry. Okay, sorry. No, 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 no. I was about to say. No, yeah. Good thing I looked. All right. No, but still, Washington. Washington started at 7.5, and now it's 8.5. So probably all of America saw that, and they saw like, oh, Ohio State. Like I was. This could be a sucker bet. This could be a trap. You see 7.5. Ohio State's going to play Washington. Washington isn't ranked. Give me Ohio State by 20 points. Ohio State, for all means, could win 49-22, right? But look out for Washington, is all I'm going to say. I would not touch this spread. Last year, we saw Michigan versus Washington. Michigan was a ranked team. They just beat USC. And I think Washington was maybe favored. And everyone took Michigan because of the odds, because they had good odds. And then Washington went out there and beat the shit out of Michigan at Washington. I'm not comparing Ohio State and Michigan. I know one team is grossly better than the other, although it doesn't always show it every year when they play each other. But Ohio State versus Washington, give me Ohio State, obviously. But look out for Ohio State and just look out for Washington to cover. I'm not going to take it. I do have a bet going with my coworker, Ohio State minus 7.5. This could be a sucker bet. That's all I'm going to say. This could very well be a sucker bet. This very well could be a trap. I wouldn't take it. I just would stay away from it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Because Washington, they have a quarterback his name is Damon Williams. He's a sophomore. He's like 5'10", 190 pounds. He's a small kid, but he's good. He's good. He's real good. They also have maybe the best running back in the country in Jonah Coleman, who's also very good. Now, how good they will be against Ohio State and that juggernaut of a team, I don't know. I'm just saying this could be a close game, or Ohio State wins by 27. I'm gonna take Ohio State. I'm not gonna try and pick an upset here and then look like a fucking idiot. I'm still taking Ohio State. At the end of the day, it's Ohio State, and until people start beating them, I'm gonna take Ohio State. Like obviously, right? I'm just saying, keep an eye out for Washington to cover this spread. Because I think if the game's close, Washington's going to cover. Because I think all of America has money. Most of America has money. Ohio State minus 7.5, and that's why it went up to 8.5. That's an interesting game for me, and I will be keeping eyes on that. Next, we have LSU Ole Miss. This is an interesting one, right? Man, I haven't really put any thought into this. We're gonna take a quick intermission. We're gonna take a quick intermission. 2 minutes. I'm gonna go. gather my thoughts. Quick intermission. Okay? We'll be back in 2 minutes. Set your timers. I'm going to put this on hold. 2 minutes. Then we will cover LSU versus Ole Miss. All right. Everybody, we are back. Okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. Let's continue. All right, let me grab this. Um, all right. Sorry. Okay. Okay. We're back. All right. Ohio State versus, or sorry, LSU versus Ole Miss. Yes. So this is an interesting one. There's been some. I'm sure everyone's seen it. I'm not gonna, you know, go over what everyone else has seen, but um, LSU versus Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's daughter's dating Whit Weeks. LSU, one of LSU's very good linebackers. Yes, we know. I was really high on Garrett Nussmeier this year. He just, and I'm not blaming it all on him because LSU's quarterback is just kind of, or sorry, LSU's offense is kind of. I think they could go a little bit deeper. They can maybe like widen it out, spread it out a little bit more. I feel like it's kind of hitches, slants. Just it's just like I don't know. It's just LSU. I was really high on LSU this year. It's just like how good is their offense? And Trinidad Chambliss and Ole Miss has looked great. They beat Arkansas, who again, don't sleep on Arkansas. Arkansas is a decent football team, especially in the SEC. They're probably a good football team, but they're in the SEC, so it's like there's just so many better teams than them, and it sucks because Arkansas is a good football team. They'd probably win the ACC, or maybe not. They probably lose to Miami, but they'd be in the running. They'd for sure beat Florida State. Um, but LSU, Ole Miss, man, I feel like Ole Miss is hot, and I feel like this is a game that Ole Miss wins. I really like LSU. I like Ole Miss too. I feel like maybe Trinidad Chambliss, he's on a high right now. He's beat Arkansas, who is a you know mediocre SEC team. I know I just talked about how good they are, but like there's levels to this SEC shit. Um, man, I don't, and I think maybe he just has a off game. 57.5. Take the under, dude. What are we doing? Take the under. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss here. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. I have a strong feeling in my gut. I just think Ole Miss. I can see Ole Miss storming the field right now on like a game-winning field goal. Take Ole Miss. Legit. Ole Miss. Either this is what happens. Ole Miss wins, or Garrett Nussmeier finally has his game that we've all been waiting for and airs it the fuck out and shows us why he's a top 5 quarterback in the nation. If Garrett Nussmeier does not do that today, Ole Miss will win this football game. 100%. Give me Ole Miss. Auburn, Texas A&M. Um, ah, Auburn can win this football game. I just I don't think I'm ready to put Auburn in to win this football game. I think Marcel Reed is a good quarterback. I think he's a little bit overrated than what people are giving him. Like I said, I think this is an easy pick. I think Texas A&M until and at Texas A&M, they're just coming off a defeating loss to sorry Oklahoma. So give me Texas A&M, but it might be closer than people think. That's just kind of the game that's at 3:30 that I think is going to kind of get like left in the scheme of things. But I don't know. I don't know. That's the game. Yeah. 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 I just don't have a ton of interest in this game. So give me Texas A&M. I think had what was it like 200 yards against Notre Dame? Yeah, 200 yards, and then yeah, he's a baller. But they are coming off a bye week. Give me Texas A&M. Let's not overthink it. Let's just go Texas A&M. If they lose, they lose. I don't think Auburn's that good either. I think they're better than what they've been, but again, I don't see them beating Texas A&M at Kyle Field. let's see. Wow, Texas A&M's like we've seen like what Texas A&M, how Kyle Field is when Texas A&M has a winning football team. It's that place is unbelievable. So give me Texas A&M, and if they lose, they lose. I'll take that on the chin. Um, let's go down to Indiana, Iowa. Fernando Mendoza, I didn't love. I'll say it. I didn't love Fernando Mendoza out of California. Uh, and I like Indiana. And I love what Kurt Ignati's done to that team. So I was excited when they were a good football team last year. And then they got Fernando Mendoza, and I was like, damn, man, really? Like, I just kind of thought he has a weird release. He kind of throws it from like back here, kind of like slingshots it. And I was like, okay, Indiana will be like an 8-5 football team this year. I just didn't think Fernando Mendoza was that guy. Boy, he lit the fuck up against Illinois though. And that boy came out and said, you could talk all the shit you want about me, but when you come out my wide receivers, my tight end, my O line, then it's personal. Damn. That boy threw for 5 touchdowns against number 9 Illinois. They beat him by 500. 500. They beat him by 5. Indiana beat Illinois by 500 points. Illinois was a top 10 ranked team in the nation. Fernando Mendoza is that guy. Now, Iowa now always has a good defense, and they always can keep it close. Now, this is when but I think Kirk Cinetti prepares his team, and that is why he is so great, and he gets the best out of his players. Now, for an average to decent football coach, I think this is a game, like, let's say you're like 4-0, 5-0, you go to play Iowa, at Iowa, there's a chance that maybe Iowa takes this one and upsets you. I just think Indiana is hot, and I think Kirk Cinetti is a good football coach. He prepares his team to win, and they're going to win this game. Now, as the spread goes, I would honestly take Indiana spread as well. That 8.5 is a lot, but I just think Indiana's so much better than Iowa. I think Iowa, Mark Gronowski from fucking Dakota, what is it, South Dakota State? Whatever, sure, I guess. He doesn't like strike fear in me at all. He didn't do shit against Iowa State. I think he kind of got to put points on the board to win, and I'm just looking at Indiana, and I'm like, Fernando Mendoza just threw for 5 touchdowns against top 10 ranked team in the country. I like Kirk Cinetti. Give me Indiana. Like I think it's so obvious here. I know I'm picking most favorites, but it's like I and again, like Auburn could beat Texas A&M, LSU could beat Ole Miss, Washington could beat Ohio State in an upset, and I would not be shocked. Right? Pitt could beat Louisville. No way. No fucking way. I'm not even going to say that. No way in hell. Illinois could beat USC. Arkansas could beat Notre Dame. It's too late in the year for me to just be picking upsets just because, well, maybe. I'm just not that confident in it yet. So, give me Indiana. Sorry. Indiana. All right, UC Northwestern. This is kind of the this is the worst game being played this week in college on this Saturday. This is the worst week. This is the worst game maybe this year. Tickets as low as $52. They should be paying people to come to this game. Who is paying $50 to see this game? I guess maybe the student union and fucking there's nothing in this. Some alumni. Dude, this is the worst game in the country today. I'm watching Geneva versus Allegheny at 2:00 over UCLA. I'm watching the Geneva D3 Geneva College Gorn Tornadoes versus Allegheny Alligators, whatever the hell they are, at 2:00 over UCLA versus Northwestern. Nico Amaleva versus Preston Stone. Dude, Preston Stone, listen, Nico, 5-star quarterback, horrendous decision to go to UCLA. That was just dumb. I think it was mostly his dad. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Horrible, horrific decision. It worked out in Tennessee's favor, but the kid just don't got it. He didn't look good last year. They kind of just got carried by his defense and Dylan Sampson, who, what is Dylan Sampson doing now? But, like, he wasn't good for Tennessee last year. And then when he has a roster that's not a premier college football roster in the country, and he goes to UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, he is fucking terrible. He's kind of got the spotlight as like a high-rated quarterback that kind of went somewhere else and has been terrible, rightfully so. Northwestern. Does anyone remember Preston Stone? I think Preston Stone was a 4-star. I don't think he wasn't a 5-star. He was a high 4-star. He went to SMU and started as a freshman, true freshman maybe. He got his job taken in like the second game out of no. He didn't play bad last year. He got his job taken in the second game by Kevin Jennings. Remember him? He took SMU to college football playoff, and then proceeded to play horrendous at Penn State. He was a 4-star who played good when he played. He just got benched for the better quarterback, apparently. Okay, so he goes to transfers to Northwestern. First of all, I think that, who would ever want to play at Northwestern, right? I feel like you just kind of go there to die. He has been so bad. I can't even put it in. Preston Stone has been awful. And what I'm looking at right now is ESPN. And they show like the top 3 players in the passing category, rushing category, and reception category. But they don't show both teams. They just show like the best player for each category between the 2 teams. So for instance, Iowa State versus Washington. For a passer, they show Julian Sayin. For running, they'd show Washington's Jonah Coleman, and then they'd show for receiving, they'd show Jeremiah Smith. Right? They are showing Nico Amaleleva as the passer. You put any quarterback over here, and they're over Nico. They're saying Nico Amaleleva is the better passer, the better quarterback here, essentially, and statistically wise. And I'm looking at 600 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions in 3 games. He's awful. Preston Stone has been so bad this year. In his first game, he threw 5 interceptions against Tulane. Tulane's a good football team, but at the end of the day, you're in the Big Ten. Preston Stone, 500 yards in, 3 games? He has 540 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He was a high 4-star coming out of high school. He's a senior. He's played football. He has more experience than Nico. He has been so bad this year. Now, granted, again, who the hell wants to go to Northwestern to play football? That was just a poor transfer. I don't know if he had like a lack of teams going after him. I kind of feel bad because he just literally got his job taken out of nowhere. He is awful. So people were shitting on Nico. I don't like Nico. Nico generally could be worse. Oh, okay, let me think. You put Nico on Northwestern's roster, he probably has similar stats. I'm just saying, I can't express to you guys enough how bad the quarterback play is in this game. And if Nico is coming here, the better quarterback. I think UCLA gets their first win of the season. And you know what? If they don't, public execution. Firing squad the whole way around. If they cannot beat Northwestern, engulf the program in flames. Send Nico to go play in fucking Africa or wherever else they have football, Mexico. I don't care. If they lose, Nico has a bad game, send Nico to go play for the Teal Bobcats. The Teal Bobcats. Go get Nico Amaleva to go play for the Bethany Bison in West Virginia. If they lose this game, if they cannot beat Northwestern, we have a genuine problem on our hands. The ticket prices just went down. They're now $47. Or that's the lowest price, which again is nuts because Baylor and Oklahoma State, that's the lowest price is $20, which we will get to in a second. but I'm taking UCLA to beat Northwestern just because I think Preston Stone is somehow worse. And I think Northwestern is worse. And I think people just like it's just crazy that Nico is labeled the better quarterback in this game because you put him against anybody else and they're going to show the other quarterback. Preston Stone has 6 interceptions to 3 touchdowns and like 500 yards in 3 games. He had 5 interceptions against Tulane, or 4, something nuts. So, done with my rant. Worst game, up. I'll write it. Or sorry, toilet bowl. All right, get that out. Get that out. Toilet bowl. There, done. Terrible. Gone. See ya. California, Boston College. Moving on. We're done. I'm not even touching on it anymore. We're done with that. Let's move on. California versus Boston College. California versus Boston College. This is now. We just talked about 2 of the worst quarterbacks in the country. These 2 dudes have 2 very young, talented quarterbacks in Dylan Longerin and JKS. I'm not even gonna try and say his name. I'm not really in. I'm not gonna try and look it up beforehand and then try and come out and say it. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, JKS. That's what I'm going with. I'm not typically a fan. He's first of all, let me trace this off. He's a true freshman. Okay, he was committed to Oregon. I think he was a 5-star, maybe a high 4-star. I think he was a 5-star though. Committed, maybe not. Maybe he was a high 4-star. Committed to Oregon, decommits. He goes to California. I'm like, okay, fine. Goes Devin Brown from Ohio State after literally like the most loyal Ohio State fan or most loyal Ohio State player ever. It's like, dude, you're not gonna be the starting quarterback here. Sorry, you played one drive and got fucking hurt against Missouri. That's all she wrote, right? He finally transfers to California. This freshman comes in, beats Devin Brown out for the starting job. Devin Brown, it might be time for you to go enroll at IUP. I just, man, I don't think. I just feel bad. Like I just feel bad. Like I kind of want to see Devin Brown like maybe play football. I think he hasn't played in so long. Wherever he goes, he just won't be very good. Just because it's like he's been on the bench for like 4 years, 3-4 years. So, but listen, JKS, he's a lefty, true freshman. I'm not particularly a fan of left-handed quarterbacks. I just think they throw weird. Like I love watching Michael Penix play football. I think he threw one of those pretty balls in college football when he played, but his throwing motion was just a little odd. JKS literally throws maybe, if not the prettiest ball in college football. And he's a lefty. His release is so smooth, I can't even like put it in the words. I love watching this kid play football. He's a true freshman. The way he just throws the football, I mean, he's making NFL throw after NFL throw after NFL throw. I think he's like 18, 19 years old. I think. I'm a huge fan. Now, Dylan Lonergan, whatever. He's from Alabama. I'm sure he was just like a 4-star recruit. He was there for like maybe a year or 2. Transfers to Boston College. That's like a Preston Stone transfer. It's like you go from Alabama to Boston College. It's like, what are you doing, man? Dylan has looked real good this year. And again, he's someone who's starting he's someone who's starting for his first time in college football, and he's looked real good. 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, interception. I'm pretty sure they played a pretty tough schedule. Yes, the Michigan State. Well, they didn't. They didn't play fucking anybody. This is a toss-up, man. He's averaging 390 yards per game. Like I said, he's really impressed me. He's really good, and I think maybe the spotlight is on JKS a little bit too much. This is a toss-up, dude. This is a toss-up. Like, I really like California, and I think that's who I'm gonna go with. But if Boston College wins, I'm all for it. Like I could see it. I almost don't want to. I almost want to come back to this because this is such a toss up. This is probably my hardest pick of the day. Genuinely, California versus Boston College. Boston College has is -5.5, so that's almost telling me to take Boston College just because of the line. Because so many people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, California, dude, give me that odds." They're right, but I don't know, man. The It's 53.5. Man, I don't know. That's a real tough game. I'm gonna leave that blank for now and come back to it. I know it's kind of like a weak thing to do. Call me out on it, but I'm I just don't want to answer it. That's a tough game. That's probably the hardest game to pick from today. Um, Baylor Oklahoma State. I don't even know why this game's fucking on here. Give me Baylor by 2 million. 2 million points. They just fired Mike Gundy. Rest in peace isn't the right word, but man, rest easy. Like fucking love Mike Gundy. Who doesn't like good ride like cowboy? 3 claps, 2 claps. I mean, what a coach, what a football coach. They finally relieved him of his duties, which they've looked bad. Now it's not all on him. Now I guess it is because of the way you recruit. Oklahoma State has the worst quarterback room in the country. And I think their starting quarterback got hurt like the first week, and he wasn't good. Like it seems like Hank Haney or something. I can't remember his full name, but I mean, Torrey Robinson's gonna have 2,500 yards this game. So I would take Baylor by whatever they're giving them, 21.5. Yeah, take Baylor. Yeah, dude. Listen, if Oklahoma State stays in this game after they just fire their coach, they don't even have a fucking head coach. They're like all dismantled. Dude, if Baylor doesn't win by 21.5 points, sink the ship. Baylor's 2-2. They're a lot better than 2-2. They could have won any game they played. They still can win the Big 12 championship easily. I mean, Sawyer Robertson's probably one of the best is playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He needs to start running the damn ball again. That's for sure. Give me Baylor by fucking 2 million points. And honestly, I would take the spread. I would take the spread, 100%. Utah versus West Virginia. Utah by 3 million. Devon Dampier, I was told he was playing like the Heisman. I went and watched him last week against Texas Tech. Dog shit. He did have a really nice pass, which sucks like when shit gets called back because you never see it. He hit this dude on a post route off his back foot with pressure in his face on a dime. Real nice throw. No one's gonna see it though because they got called back. This is his get back. This is their get back game. They just lost a tough one to Texas Tech. They go in to play West Virginia, who's probably on a high. No, they're not on a high. They got beat by fucking 58 points against Kansas. Give me Utah by what is it? They're getting 12.5. Dude, I'd honestly take that. Give me Utah. We don't even need to. Devon Dampier's gonna come out like a different man and just beat the fuck out of West Virginia. Give me Utah by not. I said 3 million. Give me Baylor over Oklahoma State by 2 million. Give me Utah versus West Virginia. Give me Utah by like 750,000. Tulane versus Tulsa. I don't even know why this game's on here. Give me Tulane by firing squad. Give me Tulane by crucifixion. I don't know anything about Tulsa at all. I know that Belu and Z is right there. I just sound like a casual just saying that. I actually just cringed when I said that. I just don't know anything about Tulane. Came off a rough loss to Mississippi. No, listen. Tulane, Jake Retzlaff, big fan, got kicked out for having sex after he led BYU to almost a Big 12 title. They didn't win the Big 12. No, they didn't win the Big 12. He almost led them to a Big 12 title game. They just got snubbed. And then they beat the fuck out of Colorado. So give me you know what? We're gonna make an audible. obviously Tulane's gonna win. Obviously, Tulane versus Tulsa. Give me Tulane, right? Um, like obviously we know they're gonna win. I forgot to put this game on here. I don't know why. Mississippi State, and this is such a better game. I'm so sorry. I don't know how this game missed, but 10 versus Mississippi State. Let me just throw a quick audible. Obviously, we know. I mean, dude, Tulane versus Tulsa. There might be like 648 dudes that watch that game, if that. Tickets as low as $6. Tickets are going for $6. Tulane Tulsa, and I missed. And I put it over a Tennessee versus Mississippi State game. Tickets are as low as $100. My bad. My first time doing this. I had to make it audible. I couldn't keep that game in there. Sorry, I just had, dude, $6. Tickets as low as $6. That's nuts. Yeah, obviously give me Tulane, but Tennessee versus Mississippi State. Um, yeah, I mean, give me Tennessee by lethal injection. Yeah, yeah, Tennessee all the way. I mean, listen, dude, fucking. This is why I hate Arizona State. Um, Tennessee coming off a rough loss at Georgia. They probably should have won, but that kicker soiled his pants. Soiled's an understatement. He no ruggled it. He shanked it bad. They probably should have beat Georgia. Mississippi State is not good. Like, I feel bad like for the Mississippi State fans out there. They Blake Shapen at quarterback, or Sharpen, whatever, who is, I don't know. I still don't know. I mean, they played Arizona State and somehow fucking won. I had money on Arizona State. Arizona State should have never lost that game. They did, and it literally makes me sick. Arizona State ran. There was like 20 seconds left. I think they were up by they were up by like 5 or 6. Like a field goal wouldn't have won them the game. Up by like 20 seconds, no timeouts. They run like cover zero man and blitz like 8 dudes and just get beat over the top for a game. Like, what are you doing? Mississippi State that's the only reason they're 4-0. Everyone else, I mean, they Southern Miss almost beat them week 1. Like, they played them really close. Mississippi State, I just don't think is fucking good. I think Tennessee goes in there and wins. If you want to bet the spread, I would take it down to 6.5. It's 7.5 right now. I would take it down to 6.5. I just can't see this game being close, man. Especially after last week. They almost beat Georgia. Georgia and Mississippi State. There are levels. Tennessee, Joey Aguilar, the dude they got in the swap package between Nico and him. Yeah, he's just dude. Mississippi State's just mud. Like, I don't they're like, oh gosh, give me Tennessee by fucking 271,000. Um, but yeah, for sure. Give me fucking Tennessee all the way. It's not even a question. Next game, Arizona and Iowa State. Give me no. Okay, let me chill. Let me just chill. Arizona has Noah Fafita back for I think the 3rd year. Um, they weren't good last year with Ted McMillan. I don't think they're going to be any good this year. I know they're 3-0. I don't think they played anybody. I think they played a decent team last week and did beat them. Oh, you know who they played? They played fucking Kansas State. Fucking trash. Yeah, they played Kansas State and beat them by 6 points. And they played Hawaii and Weber State. No, Arizona State. No, get out of my face with that. Give me. Yeah, when I look at this, I just don't think Arizona's very good. They weren't good last year with Ted McMillan, and I don't think they got a ton of dudes out of the portal, nor did they get a ton of dudes like back that were really significant game changers. Um, so with that being said, me, give me Iowa State. Give me Iowa State all the way. Rocco Becht. I'm a really big fan of him. I love the way he throws the football. I love his release. I thought he was playing great against Iowa, and then the second half he kind of took a break. But now I don't know how good Iowa State truly is. They kind of played Arkansas State close last week, which it's like, dude, chill. But no, Rocco Becht. Give me Rocco Becht. Give me Iowa State. Give me the Cyclones. Another good bet, if you guys want one, would be the under. Um, for sure, under 57 and a half. I would take the under. Um, I'm actually pretty confident about that. If you, fuck, that's the wrong. Sorry. Wrong one. 48. Yes, under 48. Um, under 48. That's what? What am I doing? Wait, get it. I'm. Oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong one. Give me Iowa State, and not only give me Iowa State, but give me the under 48. That's a low under. I know. Sorry, under 48 and a half. Give me the under easily. Um, Virginia Tech and NC State is one. I didn't put it on here just because I mean I got like CJ Bailey. I was against this year, but he's looked so good this year. I know the stats don't really see it, but he's like 6'5", and he can. I mean, he's literally carrying North Carolina State right now. And they're at home. They're 3-1. They're playing a Virginia Tech team that is just, I think, broken. I mean, Virginia Tech had ACC championship aspirations this year, and they have been terrible. I would just take an NC State straight up for -8.5. Give me North Carolina State. I mean, easily. I don't even think. I mean, that's really not really one we have to talk about. Kyron Jones was slated to be this really good quarterback last year, and he was okay, and he hasn't been anything to write home about this year. So, give me NC State. I know I saw it on the board, but you know, I know we've already been to the 7 o'clock games, but this is where we get to like 7:30, and this is where the big dogs. This is when the big dogs come out to play. You're looking at two of the best games. Probably what I should do is I should probably put the best games last, but I have it just going in order in terms of time. So, fuck, why did I do that? Sorry. Oregon, Penn State. Yeah, give me. I already know what I'm taking. I'm taking Penn State. Oh my gosh, tickets as low as $755. Fuck me, dude. That's crazy. That's nuts. Oh my god. No, stop. All right. No, that's nuts. That's ridiculous. I'm sure you could get tickets for way cheaper, but I cannot advertise how much Penn State needs to win this game. Like, this is Penn State's year. You've had, teams back in the past where they've missed the college football playoff barely. They've obviously they're like undefeated and they're number 2, they're number 3, and then they play fucking Iowa and they lose to Spencer Petras, the worst quarterback in college football history. You have the year with Trace McSorley and Saquon Barkley where they would have made the college football playoff if they didn't lose to Pitt at Heinz Field with Matt Canada as the offensive coordinator. They just ran jet sweeps the whole time and fucking won. It beat Penn State, who, if they would have won that game, they would have been in the college football playoff. That is why they don't play Pitt. That is why they don't sign the contract. They don't want that another problem in the schedule. They'd rather play Villanova or fucking Colorado School of Mines or fucking New Horizon, right? Villanova. Shout out to Amari Jackson. The thing is, like, so many Penn State teams have been good but not great. I'm not saying this team is great. We don't know yet. They've looked not good. Now, I don't think they've shown other teams anything. I think they will come out and play much better. They will put a much better product on the field than they have been showing. I feel like they just kind of ran a simple, basic offense just because they don't want to show Oregon anything. First of all, it's about time Oregon or Penn State plays a fucking noticeable game week 4, week 5. Usually they play like you get the FCS teams out the way, then they bring up Rutgers, Illinois, which they lost to in like 18 overtimes the one year. Illinois, Rutgers, fucking who else? Iowa. Like, and then week 8, 9, they're like undefeated. Then they play Ohio State or Michigan and get fucking whooped on. But no, this is Penn State's like year. Like, Drew Aller's a senior. He could have went to the NFL last year. He stayed. You got the duo at running backs, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton. I know the country says that Nick Singleton is better. Give me Katron Allen over him. I think Katron Allen is the better player for sure. I think Katron Allen's a better running back. And then Penn State went and picked up Pena from Syracuse last year, who lit it up with Cal McCord. Listen, at Happy Valley, at 7:30, whiteout. If they cannot beat Oregon, throw your national championship aspirations in the fucking sewage. You have to win this game. Now, obviously, you don't have to, right? You can we could do the, you lose, and then you lose to Ohio State, and then you somehow get in the college football playoff, and then your seedings, works out, and next thing you know, you're playing Georgia with a fucking hurt quarterback, right? No, I'm just saying, to show people, this is your year, dude, you got to win. This is your year. Legitimately, to win a championship, this is your year. And we overrank Penn State every year. If Dante Moore, a first-year starter, who has looked good, goes into Happy Valley and beats Penn State, what's stopping Julian saying, or not Julian saying, what's stopping Garrett Newsomeyer in a neutral site lighting up Penn State, right? What's stopping Gunnar Stockton in a neutral site lighting up Penn State? That's just what I mean. If you can't win at Happy Valley, at whiteout, at 7:30 against a great college football team, a college football playoff team, what's the just throughout the season? This isn't a game that you could just kind of we played them hard, maybe get them next time. No, they need to win, and I just hope they know that. I think Oregon's young. I think Happy Valley will be too much for them. I still think Drew Aller has 200 fucking 27 yards and a touchdown and interception. Give me Penn State. I just hope Penn State knows how much they have to win this game, because I'm telling you, they cannot lose. They just can't. They just can't. And honestly, if you want another good bet, take the under 53.5. Or sorry, I would take it to 55. The under 55.5. I don't think there's any way that these teams light it up. That's my rant about Penn State. Like I said, I just don't know how many great teams you're gonna get after this. Their running backs are leaving. You get what's the kid's name? He's a 4-star, Ethan Grunkemeyer. Coming, I guess, right? It's just everyone's leaving. This is your this is your chance to win a national championship, and it's they'll probably go to the college football playoff. And if you're losing the quarterfinal, semifinal again, they need to win. The state, it doesn't. Nothing favors Penn State more than this game, right? Happy Valley, whiteout, night game against a young, inexperienced Oregon team who's very talented. But I'm just saying, they haven't seen anything like this yet, versus a Penn State team who's been there before. If they can't win this game, dude, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Um, so yeah, I'm taking Penn State. I'm also taking the under. That may be something to change. I have to see something. I may raise it a little bit. I'm just saying. Bama, Georgia. Um, I mean, listen, we've known how much Georgia cannot beat Alabama. Todd Simpson, I think, is a pretty good quarterback. I think he got shit on for Florida State. People were saying, like, oh, you got to put in Keelan Russell. Why the fuck is get Todd Simpson out of there? Like, fucking Jalen Milroe is better, blah, blah, blah. Todd Simpson's a good quarterback. Ryan Williams has got to step up. Jeremy Bernard is, like, he's been very good. Ryan Williams got to step up again. Like, I know he did last year, but, like, Ryan Williams can't go. Ryan Williams can't have, like, 5 catches for 40 yards. You know, Ty Simpson needs to roll back and be able to rely on another receiver other than Jeremy Bernard. And I can't believe I'm even saying that because Ryan Williams was supposed to be the guy and he just hasn't been there. They played Wisconsin and he had a good game. Dude, Wisconsin's fucking terrible. Like I'm not like nice, good job. No, Wisconsin is terrible. I literally I wish I would have done this last week or whenever they played Wisconsin. That is the would have been the freest bet of my life. Um, Gunnar Stockton. I was very unsure about him. I wasn't. I was just like, ah, man, are we gonna go like 9-3 and maybe miss the playoffs, maybe lose like the first round? I wasn't super high on Gunnar Stockton. I didn't think he played great at all. I just didn't like the way he threw the ball, which is a really. If I don't like your release, the way you throw the football, I'm just like instantly gonna be against you. I don't know why. I don't like his release. But he went into Neyland Stadium in front of 100,000 people, and at 4th and 9, with a game on the line, down by 7, down by 5 or something, right? Down by 5, I think. 4th and 9, it was like he drops back, and you can maybe look for a safe throw in the middle of the field, maybe run mesh. He just goes up top. He just throws a fade in the end zone and drops it in the bucket. And I was like, damn, this dude's a fucking baller. I think the moment's never too big for Gunnar Stockton. I'm on board for UGA, 100%. I'm back. I was just like, maybe take this year, dude. I'm ready to go. I'm fucking pumped. If you cannot beat Alabama now, while they're 2-1 and kind of like trying to wonder if they're good or not, they lost to Florida State. They're coming off a win against Wisconsin, but again, Wisconsin is absolutely terrible. If you cannot beat this Alabama team in Georgia, they never play in Georgia. They think they played in Georgia in 2020. Nobody was at the fucking stadium. Whatever, throw that game out the window. Who cares? It was like one of the greatest teams ever too for Alabama. If Georgia cannot win this game against Alabama, they are never going to beat fucking Alabama in the regular season ever. They should have beat them in the SEC championship when Carson Beck was there versus Jalen Milroe. They shit that down. They just threw that away. Should have beat them last year. They, boy, did they throw that game away. SEC championship. Bryce Young threw for 780 yards. Then we somehow beat them in the championship. Thank God. If Georgia cannot win this game against Alabama, they'll never beat them again. Like, this is the game you have to win. UGA is -2.5. I would probably take it. Alabama will keep it close. Don't think this is going to be don't think Georgia's going to win by 15, 16, 17 points because they won't. It's probably be a one-score game, but ultimately give me at Athens. I don't think there's any. I wish they would wear the black uniforms. I remember they came out in them in 2007 or 8. They practiced in their like normal like red uniforms, and then they went back to the locker room and changed to black and came out. Dude, it was fucking awesome. I wish they would do that this game. That would be the coolest thing ever. But I feel like we would have heard that. Like I feel like we would have heard that's a possibility. But I wish they would wear the black uniforms. It's in Athens. Athens is going to be out of fucking control. I've been there. It's crazy. I just feel like if Georgia can't beat Bama now, coming off a huge win on the road against Tennessee, first Alabama team is still trying to like figure out if they're even like a college football team or not. Dude, throw the season away. You know what I mean? Throw the season in the drain if you can't beat Alabama at Athens while your team is on the biggest high and Alabama's team is still trying to figure out their identity. So give me, give me, give me, give me Georgia. Georgia, 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 Georgia. Kentucky versus South Carolina. I can kind of chill now. Um, I think South Carolina wins by um I think South Carolina just wins like Kentucky's just bad. Kentucky's just bad. Like really bad. Um like they're really bad. Like worst team in the SEC bad. Um there's a chance that Kentucky maybe upsets an SEC team down the road. Like they upset they were trash last year. Brock Vandegrift, he was fucking buns. I hope he's okay. I know he like medically retired. I don't want to be like, you know, an asshole, but um Kentucky versus South Carolina. Like Kentucky went and beat Ole Miss last year, and Ole Miss was like a top 10 team in the country. Um, so that yeah, Kentucky could beat some SEC school later in the year. They played Ole Miss good again. Fuck, they might beat Georgia. Uh, but but no, give me South Carolina. Don't even think about it. I mean, South Carolina lost to Vanderbilt because Lenore Sellers got hurt. I'm not gonna say because Lenore Sellers got hurt, but like that was a big factor. Um, that he was obviously out. So I mean, that's a big factor why they lost. They did lose by like 30, but um, why they uh, why they won is because Sellers got hurt, but he didn't get hurt against LSU, and they still lost. But now they're pissed off. I mean, they basically got to win out. I mean, if they want to sneak in to the college football playoff, I thought they were one of the best teams in the SEC until they dropped to Vanderbilt. Again, Sellers got hurt, but that's still a loss on your sheet. So give me South Carolina. It says 6.5. I mean that's like so easily like I know it's the SEC, so I'm not gonna take it because any because I feel like they kind of want you to. I can't put in the words how bad Kentucky just is. Like Kentucky is a bottom two team in the SEC. It's not even close. So give me South Carolina like easily. I'm not gonna fuck around with the spread, even though I should. I wouldn't recommend it for the public just because I don't want any blood on my hands, and I know it's a possibility for them to lose. I'm not. Don't even. Ah, fuck. No, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the spread. I probably should. I'm not though, just because SEC games tend to be close, and I know that's a game that like might be close for no reason, even though it shouldn't be. But I do think South Carolina. I think they're pissed off. They need to win out, and I just if South Carolina loses to Kentucky, everything. I don't know what to tell you. So if South Carolina can't beat Kentucky, that's it. Their season's over. Get ready to play in the Pop Tarts Bowl. The GoDaddy, the GoDaddy Baked Beans Bowl. You know what I mean? So yeah, no way, no way. Um, um, So BYU. So okay, week one that rant's over. That rant's over. I don't even know what to tell you if South Carolina doesn't win. What they should do to that program? I'm thinking nuclear bomb, uh, COVID-19 outbreak, just fucking blow it all up. If they can't beat Kentucky at South Carolina, Lenore Sellers is not. I mean, I'm super high on Lenore Sellers. I love Lenore Sellers as a quarterback. If he comes in and fucking throws for 147 yards and touchdown interception, dude, again, like that, just stop. He could cure cancer the next week or along the season, later on along the season. He could cure fucking cancer at week 7, and I still wouldn't put him in the first round. He could double tap X and fly to the end zone, and I still wouldn't fucking put him a first rounder if they lose to Kentucky. I'm tweaking out at South Carolina. Final game of the day. We got BYU Colorado game at 10:15. I mean, I'll be fucking passed out by then. By the halftime probably. Kadon Salter. I mean, no, maybe not. Maybe if I take a nap, I'll be good. Um, this is a real interesting game. Oh man, who's getting minus BYU's getting the points? I don't think BYU's a top 25 team in the country. They have Bear Bachmeyer at quarterback. He's a freshman. He wears fucking number 69. That dumbass number 47. That should be illegal. He should be fined every week for that. I don't know. Colorado just kind of. I don't know. I just like this is another hard one. Oh, I still got to come back to California and Boston College, dude. I can't even. I dude that game didn't even slip my mind. Um, we're gonna go back to that one real quick, just because I just want to get a bet in. I'm gonna take California just because how much I like their quarterback, and if they lose, they lose. You know, which they can. Listen, Boston College can easily beat California. They're Boston College's favorites, and I think you know the U.S. is gonna be like, oh, I saw the quarterback's highlights on Instagram, and he looked really fucking good. And Boston College sucks, and I don't know who Boston College's quarterback is, so I'm just gonna take California. And then Boston College wins by like 12. You know, that can't happen. And so I won't be mad if Boston College wins. I really like California's quarterback, and I know I sound like a broken record saying that because like who fucking doesn't? But I think Boston College's quarterback Dylan Lonergan is still really good and underrated. And I think if he wins, this is like his coming out game. You know, maybe he throws like 300 yards with 3 touchdowns. Could very well happen. I'm just not willing to take that risk yet with them, so I'm going to take California. Back to BYU versus Colorado. Um, Baylor or no, why am I speaking Oklahoma State's name? BYU and Colorado. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we went down. Whoops, I didn't mean to scroll down. We get the whole thing in there. BYU versus Colorado. Suicide. I think is the option because I have no idea. I don't even know who like I generally don't know. I don't like BYU's. I mean, I don't like BYU's quarterback. I don't like Oklahoma. I don't like Colorado's quarterback. I don't fucking. They should just run the ball every play. BYU is minus 6.5. Um, yeah, whatever. Sorry, sorry. Um, let me. Yeah. So BYU versus Colorado. Yes, we know, Isaac. You've only said it 17 times. Can I get a skip? Can I get a skip? Well, if I get a skip, no, I'm not getting a fucking skip. What is this, dude? Just pick a team. I might just go for the favorite just because I'm scared. I could see Colorado winning. Give me Colorado. Give me Colorado, man. This could be one they barely win. No one else is fucking watching because it's on at midnight, and they just kind of sneaky win. They kind of have like a sneaky win in overtime. I think, or BYU comes out and beats them by fucking 14. Listen, I'm still holding up on the hope that Colorado could be a decent team this year. Like not decent, like 9-4, but like 7-6. If they fucking sell me out here and lose by 3 touchdowns, which now I'm taking BYU. No, no. I'm taking. Oh my god, dude! I don't even want to. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Wheel. Let's get a wheel. Let's get a wheel going. Um. See you. Fuck. I know this is super immature of me. I generally can't pick a winner. I generally don't know. All right, spin it. What do we got? Ah, fuck that. Take a BYU. Take a BYU. I'm not even fucking around. BYU. All right. That is it. That is my slate. Um, I will come more prepared next week. That is my slate. That is what the fuck just happened. Now, all right, all right, we're back. That is my slate right there. Um, that's it. That's it. That's my slate. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy because I primarily just took favorites. This won't be perfect, but like I'm questioning my Louisville 3.5. Dude, like I cannot express if Louisville wins this game how angry I'm, or if Pitt somehow wins this game, how like because this is what happens. Pitt will somehow win this game, and it's like, oh my god, fucking Pitt, and then they'll go play like I don't know Cincinnati and lose, So it's like it's just so dumb. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's my lock of the week. That is my lock of the week. These two right here, I am confident in. Two. Those are probably my lock of the weeks. If you see if I'm not gonna put spreads on every team, right? Just because it's like well obviously like but like these I'm very confident in these three. I'm probably more confident in these two than I am with this one, but that is because of resources that I listen to. So they're not like my picks essentially. Well, they are, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like I've just got like I've just like this is this is the most organic. Like I haven't heard this from anywhere. This is who personally I think is going who's going to cover. I would if you want to put down a bet, I would probably put it on Arizona Iowa State. If you want to throw these in a parlay, I think that would be a good parlay as well. But I mean, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, toilet bowl, UCLA, Northwestern. That wasn't a favorite. Northwestern's favorite somehow. Um, man, my throat. Yeah, no, this was. I like this. It got me up and going. It got me excited about something. How do I save this? Do I just press this? Um, how do I take a screenshot? Can I take a screenshot on here? Probably not, right? File. No, probably not, right? Um, oh, that's it. All right, that's it. That's it. Um, this is week one. I know I'm a couple weeks late. This is something I always wanted to do. I'm glad I did it. Time flew by. Um, I want to have someone else on here to do this with me, but I can't just get anybody, because people really don't. Like, there's one guy I know who I kind of want to put a bug in his ear just because, I mean, I just love talking sports with him, and he knows a lot about college football. Like, I can't just get some dude who's surface level college football knowledge. Not to be a dick, but it's like, how are we different than like everybody else? You know what I mean? So, um, oh shit, yeah. Um, no, man. Thank you, or I don't think anyone came and watched, but I don't really care. I mean, I'll probably make maybe a video or TikTok out of this. I'm just glad that I got to hop on and talk sports. It's just my favorite thing to do, and I love college football. So, I started at 10. It's 10. I started it at 10. It's 10:45. So we got college football. Turn it on in like 15 minutes. Every time I do the show, I want to give you guys at least like 10 to 15 minutes to like, you know, get ready. Um, you know what I mean? So, but no, this was fun. This was fun. I enjoyed doing this. I'm gonna do it every week, hopefully. Um, somehow publicize this so maybe I can get a viewer or two in next week. But this was the live show. We will be back next week. Desmond Reed is out. Give me Louisville -3.5. Lock of the week. Hammer it. Desmond Reed is out. They don't have a backup running back. Their backup running back is like Jules Goff. He is like, whatever, fine. Eli Olsen has to drop back and throw the ball 40 times a game, which is what they're going to do. Yeah, that's nuts. Oh, fuck. Oh, he's questionable. No, Desmond Reed's out. That's actually sucks. So, Louisville -3.5. If that doesn't cover, this whole fucking thing's rigged. I'm blaming it on Vegas. I'm blaming it on the Jews. If Louisville -3.5 doesn't cover, whatever. We're not. I'm very confident it will. So, with that being said, this has been my first week. This has been the college football week 5 pregame show with Isaac Pupi. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If anyone did, it was really fun. I plan to do this every week. Maybe I'll do a recap as well. Just basically going over everything that happened and every noticeable thing that you should know. But yeah, no. It's 11:45, so we got some time before college football starts. Trying to chill, do what you need to do. Not thinking. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say. I can't really think of it. I'm sure stuff will come back to me, but no. I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, for college football week 6 pregame show. Maybe there'll be a week 5 recap. But no. Thank you for whoever tuned in or is tuning into this, and